compiler how to convert decimal numbers into binary numbers. We didn't ask the users to type the binary numbers. When we found that the computer understands only zeros and ones, no other language, we designed compilers, very sophisticated compilers, so that the computer can convert our normal, almost normal English language into the language it understands. Why I'm trying to say is that the beauty of the computer science professionals right from day one was, I will work hard, I will work on very deep problems, I will work on very serious problems, but I will make sure that more and more users are there to use computer science in a very cost-effective fashion and in a very user-friendly fashion. Then we went on to touch screen, where somebody who does not know any language can use the computer by seeing the pictures. That's the beauty of the computer science. Because we believe unless more and more people use it, unless more and more people are allowed to use it at a very nominal cost, this discipline will not serve the purpose for which it is born. And some people will tell me that now we are going interdisciplinary, now we are doing this, we are doing that. Let me tell them, computer science, according to me, is a highly interdisciplinary subject right from day one. You know, in philosophy, we talk about logic. And we say, if this is true and this is true, then this is true. That's the philosophy subject. George Boole gave a mathematical language to philosophy, and the birth of computer science is there. So I believe the most interdisciplinary outcome of mathematicians and philosophers working together is computer science. We gave mathematical language to the philosopher's way of thinking, and the computer science was born. So today, friends, computer science is a very interdisciplinary subject. As a matter of fact, we must do more and more work for the farmers of this country, for the health science, for education. I was very happy when I learned that one of your tracks is reinforced learning. AI will be so much needed in education sector also. At the moment, while I am always very appreciative in the country for all teachers of this country, that India is probably one of the few countries where we depended 100% on online education during COVID, and in the process saved 2 years of 33 crore children right from school to the university. But our online education is still to mature a lot. Our online education so far is, I'm not standing here, I'm standing in front of the laptop, and that becomes online education. That's not online education in the real sense of the word. We will have to develop pedagogies of online education and make it the best use of it. But now is the time to do that. Now when our students have learned the power of online education, our teachers have learned the powers of online education, then it's time to work on this and make reinforced learning a reality. Friends, artificial intelligence, which is the theme of your conference, is a very old subject. I have taught artificial intelligence, and you can estimate my age. So I taught artificial intelligence. But for then 30 years, nobody talked about artificial intelligence. Why? Because to use artificial intelligence, we need cheaper hardware. We needed much more evolved data science. Because these two things were not happening, AI went into the shell background. Now, when cheap hardware is available and data science techniques were evolved like anything, AI again came to the fore. Because AI requires data science for its application, major application. Otherwise, AI is a tool which has very little potential unless we have data handling tools. So after data science evolved, AI became a very powerful tool again. And today, many people are talking about AI, almost everybody, without understanding what is AI. That's the unfortunate part of it, that we are driven by buzzword society. अब सबको AI बोलना ही है. But the point is, if we take it seriously, as a matter of fact, if agriculture in this country can improve, if farmers' lot can be improved, it can only be improved by technologies. It cannot be improved by political jargons. Technology only can improve, and out of that, AI, data science will be very, very important. This country, according to me, we should take all these computer science and AI for agriculture, for manufacturing, for health science, and for education. If we make these four as priority applications of AI, deep learning, machine learning, I think we'll be doing a lot of service to the subject, to this country, and to everybody in the world, because it is the greatest enabler of today. And for education, in the national education policy, you must have read that almost every student can design his own degree. Now, if that be so, who will decide that what is the best subject for this student? You will require AI applications even to take that decision. That for this student, this is the background, these are the aptitudes, these are the future projections, and therefore these are the three best options. Now, if this is not done systematically, then maybe we will be wasting the time of the student. If this has to be done systematically, I find a lot of application in artificial intelligence there, and maybe we are best suited country to do that. While everybody is talking about artificial intelligence, we are genuinely afraid if computers start doing what I do, what will I do? That's a question which is posed very frequently. Well, friends, let me assure you, computers will never be able to do what I can do.
Yes.
Only problem is, on the one hand, we are making computers more and more intelligent, which is good. But on the other hand, we are making human beings more and more robotic, which is unfortunate. So we will have to take care and make sure that we don't kill our emotions, we don't kill our expressions, we work by real situations which the God has given us. After God has given us computing power higher than the highest computer in the world, we have to use it. And somebody rightly put, let artificial intelligent computers not make more naturally stupid human beings. We don't want more and more stupidity to come to us because computer is there to solve our problem. And it has come. Earlier when we used to go to the bank, the clerk there will find out what is the problem. Today he has only one answer, but my computer says this. He or she cannot even think what is going on. He or she has only one answer, but my computer says this. You go to a reservation counter, you say, but this is wrong. This is what my computer says so. But is that the answer to all problems of life? We'll have to think about that and keep on doing that. It's a highest degree of interdisciplinarity. Therefore, artificial intelligence, data science, Internet of Things, blockchain, 3D printing has to be learned by all students. Not only computer science or electrical engineering students, but mechanical, civil, chemical, every student will have to learn this. And not only that, medical students will have to learn this, commerce students will have to learn this, finance students will have to learn this. Unless we make sure that these subjects become like apps for you to learn, things will not happen so easy. It's one of the most interdisciplinary subjects, and unfortunately, our education system in the last several decades killed interdisciplinarity. We just didn't know what is interdisciplinarity. If you are studying mathematics, MSc Mathematics, you are studying all the 12 papers of mathematics. If you are studying chemistry, you are studying all the 12 papers of chemistry. I remember in one of the foreign universities, I think in Indian universities only, a data science student was given a project on related to HIV, and his parents complained that we have put our students in computer science and you are giving him a life science problem. And that student became one of the best data scientists in medical sciences in the whole world. That's the beauty of computer science. It is interdisciplinary, but we will have to learn to be interdisciplinary. I can give several examples in this country. You must have heard the name of Sir Jagdish Chandra Bose. He was the person who is responsible for wireless communication in the whole world. As a matter of fact, he holds the first ever international patent from India, and most of our Indians do not know that. That was his beauty. But he also was a life scientist to the extent to prove that plants have life. Tell me a student today who could be a good researcher in life sciences as well as physical sciences. You can't find. We had Madame Curie in the history. She got Nobel Prize in physics, Nobel Prize in physics as well as Nobel Prize in chemistry. Today when we interview students, physics students will say, don't ask me chemistry, sir, this is not my subject, are you getting crazy? That's the question. We made ourselves completely devoid, detached from each other's subjects. Not that we didn't have examples. I will give the best example of, say, Sundar Pichai. You know, Sundar Pichai heads Google. I think all of you know Google, even if you don't know who is Sundar Pichai. He's heading Google, one of the best, largest computer companies. And he's not a computer science engineer at all. He's not an electronics engineer. He's not an electrical engineer. He's a metallurgical engineer. Now you will please try to see metallurgy and computer science at probably farthest as far as branches of engineering are concerned. But today, the biggest computer company is headed by a metallurgy student because aptitudes and attitudes of engineering are more important than the content of engineering. And therefore, my dear students, all of you are engineering students, while you learn engineering, pass your papers gracefully, very well, good grades, but at the same time make sure life is beyond engineering. Life is to apply engineering to the society. If engineering ends with your mark sheet, then that engineering is of no use to us. Engineering should be ultimately able to transform the society for betterment, then only it serves the purpose, otherwise it does not serve the purpose. And therefore, my dear friends, try to make sure that you learn various technologies. Another lesson which you have to learn from present day technology is they are dependent on each other. They are not independent of each other. One example I have already given, AI is useless without data science, and data science is useless without AI, primarily. But IoT, Internet of Things, without sensor technology will have no meaning. Unless you have very good sensor technology, Internet of Things will not have meaning. Blockchain will not have a meaning unless you have a good data science. As a matter of fact, blockchain can be very well applied in educational administration, accreditation, etc., which we have yet to do. But these are the areas which we find, and newer technologies. There is a statistics which has already been put up by Boston Consulting Group, which says autonomous driving, smart robots, and space technology will be three highest demanded technology in the coming years. And friends, when you say autonomous driving, will automobile engineering remain the same? You will have to close automobile departments in the traditional sense of the today. I remember having read an interview of the owner of the Ford Motors. Some correspondent asked him, "Sir, whom do you think is your competitor? General Motors or Bosch or what?" He says, "No computer company can beat me. If somebody can beat me, it is Amazon, it is Facebook, it is computer companies, because tomorrow's car will be the most sophisticated computer riding on the 4 tires. And therefore, my competition is with the computer companies, not with the automobile companies." So if that be so, and we keep teaching automobile engineering the way we teach, obviously we have to fail. So good intelligence today is learn and anticipate where you can fail. Take action before you fail. That will be considered to be the most intelligent action. which this country needs, and things are visible. Today we might have a department in the colleges like this, BTech Autonomous Vehicles. But that department will not belong to mechanical engineering or automobile engineering or electrical engineering. It will have to be a multidisciplinary section. You need BTech Public Health Engineering. But what we do is convert 3 papers of civil engineering and call it BTech Public Health Engineering. Now, unless you have life sciences component to it, it will never become BTech Public Health Engineering. Why I'm trying to say is, multidisciplinary education will become a reality. Computer science education is already multidisciplinary. It will only have to learn to go into others' homes. Go to other departments, I can do this for you. Tell me your problems, I have the competence to solve. First time in the history of the world, we have technology to solve the problems, and we don't have the problems we solve. Earlier, otherwise, when we were young, in our high school, there used to be a very favorite essay, necessity is the mother of invention. Today it's other way around. Computer science is jeering at all of us. Well, I'm so powerful, you don't know how to use me. That's the situation. So think of problems, dream problems, imagine problems. You young students, think what is impossible. Make it possible using computer science, artificial intelligence. That is possible, and that is my wish and desire to you. That will only be the reason for me to be here this morning. And with this, I thank Dr. Deepak once again and the management of these institutions to give me an opportunity to be a part of this wonderful conference. Thank you very much, and all the best.
A big round of applause, please. Thank you so much, sir. Now I request